I'm in the middle of editing a video that I shot about a month ago. I got into the habit of filming a lot during September, but not really thinking about the context that I was talking about. From what I'm seeing, I was dotting around lots of different ideas, talking about time blocking, encouraged creativity with regards to songwriting, and also trying to cover doing pre-production sessions with a band called In Fear They Follow. This video is going to be a bit higgledy-piggledy because this footage here is filmed a lot later and I'm kind of putting a plaster band-aid on broken bones. I shot quite a few really nice edits and put them together, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to talk through what I did and then sort of join up the dots, because I think that's all that's available to me. I'm looking through the footage trying to build a narrative currently with everything that already exists, and it's simply not good enough, and that's my mistake. So forgive me, I hope you understand. This is where we're at. Oh, it is cold, it is cold, it is cold. Good morning, hello, good morning. Time to go to the gym, time to go be healthy, because it's been a few days. Start pre-production with a band called In Fear They Follow today. I presume for their next record. In the meantime, it's so cold. I also had a thought about I need to write or build content around how when things aren't going my way or I'm just not entirely sure what the vibe is, I build an environment for creative stuff to happen. I need to expand on that because, yeah, time blocking, creating an environment for creativity. I'll try and expand on it, and I'll try and expand on why it works and why it's a method. It's not the method, but it's useful for when you're coming in blind to a song that you've not heard before or songs you've not heard before, and you need to progress it from the, yeah, we think we've got a song stage to the, this is a tune. I'll try and expand on it. First, I need to go and ruin my life for an hour. Off we go. Hey. Pardon me. And then it had different elements. It then became an In Fear They Follow riff. Is the tempo set on that song? Like,
it's all 111, yeah.
To keep the hook the same, so the dun dun dun.
How's that sound? Hey, he's proper loud. He's ready to go.
C.
Okay, I suck. I thought I was going to be able to get footage, but I didn't. Well, I got a bit, but the session was a bit different to what I thought it was going to be, simply because they were better prepared than they were last time round, which is a really good thing. It means that what we talked about last time worked. It helped. They progressed. Brill. What it doesn't mean is, well, what it means is that I didn't get to film what I thought I was going to get to film. So that's fine. It's now time for a walk. Not for you, for Bethany and I. So, yeah. Oosh. What was I talking about yesterday? Oh, I hit the lights. Hello, this is my tuba. Oh, it's now on the floor. Today is Monday. Not that it matters. I won that Tascam Porta Studio 424 Mark III. That means cassette tape world is definitely on its way. Loop world is gonna happen. It's a thing. It's part of my life now. So that's on its way. Really stoked on that.
I know what you're thinking. The cassette deck. Why? Why not use plugins? Simply because plugins aren't the same, and I've been reaching more towards trying to acquire things for the studio that are very difficult to do in the box. So I've got quite a few bespoke pedals now which are going to work in combination with the tape machine. That's going to hopefully allow me to provide access to bands and myself to sounds that just, they're too complex to build in the box. That's the whole point behind that. I also did this really nice edit of me, I don't know, it's just a nice edit of me going into the attic and grabbing stuff for the tape machine and finding some old cassettes and figuring it out. So that looks like this.
They're around here somewhere.
This guy
sounds really good, but also really bad. This is a thing. This is going to be a thing. I just have to figure out how I'm going to utilise it. I'm really glad I've done it. Happy days. Nothing magic, but I was trying to get the hang of the shot on the landing, going into the attic, coming back into the landing, attic, carrying on from the attic, and then following myself out. However, I just didn't really think about how I was going to combine all these different days of footage and keep the narrative the same. The one thing that I didn't talk about is anything that was used in the pre-production session. I did shoot another piece of footage where I went into detail about a few bits and pieces that happened within the pre-production session, mainly covering the subjects of time blocking. So this is a system that can be used in order to build a new routine, to get used to having high intensive periods of creativity, along with structured writing sessions. I think I referred to it in the original one as forcing creativity, but that sounds a bit negative. It's just structured writing. So what happens when you're trying to encourage a more structured writing approach within time blocking is your day gets broken out, you end up kind of with about an hour, 3 or 4 different hour intervals where you're just focused. Everything gets turned off, interplaced? In between blocks of rest, of allowing yourself to procrastinate as much as you can. So then you're teaching yourself to focus and then let go. That's time blocking, simply. I use this when I have a deadline to meet. It works for me. I'm gonna have to go into a more detailed video about how I approach this. I don't think this is the video for that, simply because this video is already unstructured. I don't want to try and make it out to be something that it isn't. I've made a mistake. Fine. I'm just going to let it be a mistake. The other thing that I just spoke about was structured writing. That, again, I think maybe is a video on its own or subcontext to another video. I'll get into that. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. This video was done so long ago? A month ago. And I knew less than I do now. This episode's a bit all over the place. I was a bit all over the place during that week. My brain was not in one place. I got some nice shots. I got some nice sequences. They didn't tell a story. They didn't have a single string that tied them all together. That's why I'm doing this, to go in between all my mess. That's okay. Try and not have it happen again. But if it does, it's fine. Thank you for persevering. I'll see you on the next one. Boosh. I'm an idiot. I don't know how to film stuff. That's my name, Idiot George. What a dummy. What a dummy. I want this cold to go away.